Hey, David with the Wholesaler's Toolbox. I want to talk today about something that real estate course creators or real estate gurus don't mention when they're selling you the course. You know, they put a course together and they say, hey, buy my course and I'm going to show you how to flip houses or wholesale real estate or virtual wholesale or whatever the case may be. And you know, many of the courses are great. There's many of them that are, you know, a super value and they give you a lot of awesome information, but they miss one thing, and it's the psychology aspect of it, about getting into something that's completely new to you. I talk to a lot of people. A lot of people contact me and, you know, ask me if I want to coach or mentor them, or, you know, if I offer that, and I don't, because I don't always think people need that. I think people use coaching and mentoring as a crutch because they don't know where to go next, or more likely they're too nervous to take that next step. So they get caught up in this, you know, analysis paralysis or whatever you want to call it, you know, and they feel like, well, if I just learn a little bit more, or if I just buy another course, or if I hire a coach, all this anxiety about doing something new is going to go away. And the truth is, that's not what's going to cure it. Buying, you know, courses are great, and you need that information, you need that knowledge, but that's not going to get you over the fear of doing this. What's going to get you over the fear of doing it is going out and doing it, you know. So, and you're like, well, David, you know, obviously, you know, if I do that, you know, it'll be better, but you have to figure out a way to do it. So, you know, I've started, you know, new careers and gone from one industry to another, and I've dealt with the same anxiety about starting something new. And a lot of the things that I start new are on my own. They're you know, self-employed, and it's, you know, something that I'm starting without the help of others, and that makes it harder, because if you go to a new job and you walk in the front door, you know, there's other people that are going to show you what to do. You know, here you've got to do this and you've got to do that, and, you know, we do this after lunch or whatever, and it makes that transition easier. So you're anxious about walking in the door, but, you know, you're, you know, 15 minutes into it, that goes away because you've got somebody holding your hand, leading you along. But when you go into wholesaling real estate or flipping houses, nobody's holding your hand, so it makes it a lot worse. You don't know what to do. So this is my call to action in this video. This is what I want you to do. One of two things. If you're nervous about getting going in this business, you have to find somebody to do it with. And it's not necessarily a spouse or your best friend, because they might not have the interest in doing it. But you need to go out and find another wholesaler or another person that wants to get into flipping houses or whatever, and go out and find somebody around the same experience level as you. Sorry, I got to turn my phone down so that doesn't beep on us anymore. So you need to go out and find somebody around the same experience level as you, so you can do it together. Because if you're doing it as a team, it's not as scary, right? If you go out driving for dollars, or if you team up on letters, or you know, you go look at houses together or whatever, it's easier if you're doing it with somebody, you know. And once you get going, if you want to part ways after you do the first couple deals, that's fine, but it'll get you through the hump. It'll get it so you can do it without being sick in your stomach to call somebody or to go see somebody or that. So find somebody in your market, not in another market, but in your market, at an investor meeting, on a Facebook group for your area. I'm going to say every major city has a Facebook group for real estate investing. So join all of them. Get in there and say, hey, I'm a new wholesaler just starting out. I'm looking for other wholesalers just starting out because, I want to go, grab a coffee or grab a sandwich and talk about it. Go meet up with them and just say, if you like them, say, hey, listen, I'm new at this, you're new at this. Let's work on a couple deals together. Let's market together and go out and drive for dollars together and get the hang of this so we're not doing it alone. And it will make it so much easier for you. All right, so second option, you say, David, I don't like people. I don't want to work with anybody else. What if they're going to steal my deal? What if, so how do you handle it if you want to work by yourself? You need to figure out the same way to get over that anxious feeling or that hump to get your first deal done. So the only way to do that is with repetition. All right, so I tell a lot of people this, but if you're scared to make phone calls, somebody called me off my marketing, I didn't know what to do, I'm scared to call them back. Forget about your marketing, stop marketing. Get on Craigslist in another city, look up houses that are for sale by owner, and just start calling people and asking them about their house in another city. So you're not messing in your own market, it's just practice. And just take a Saturday and just call one after another, and just say, hey, I'm an investor, I'm looking for houses, I'm in another city, but I buy there, whatever you want to tell them. But just say, tell me about your house, what's going on with your house, I see it needs work, how much work does it need, how flexible are you going to price, but whatever. And just start asking them questions and spend the whole Saturday doing it until you're so tired of doing it and that you're not scared to dial the number anymore, okay? And then move to the next step. If you're scared to go out and meet somebody and talk to them about their house, do the same thing in your own market. Start calling ads on Craigslist or Zillow or whatever, for sale by owner, and just go out and look at the house without the pressure of feeling like you have to put an offer in on it. Okay, just go look at houses. When you're done looking at the house, go, you know what, thanks, I'm going to think about it. If I decide to do something, I'll call you back. But just keep going and looking at houses. Spend a few weeks doing it. Go look at 5 houses a week, 10 houses a week, and get over the fear of going out and talking to somebody about their house. And just repetition, do it over and over again. Whatever you're scared to do, whatever you're having issues with, just do it and keep doing it over and over again until the fear is over. So if you start with calling and then you move to going and looking at houses, the next logical step is just making people low offers on properties that they're motivated to sell. And that's scary as well. Somebody's asking, $80,000 for a house. You don't want to offer them 40 because you're afraid that they're going to hit you when you tell them the number, but you just have to do it. You have to get used to it. So once you have a comfort calling and going to see houses, it's an easy transition. Just start making offers. Just say, you know what? I understand you want 80 for this house, but it needs a roof, it needs a driveway, it needs, whatever. And, just list all the things and just say, by the time I buy it, fix it up, I'm an investor, I need to make a little money on it. I can only give you this. And don't worry about if they accept it or not. Just get used to giving them lowball offers. And then eventually you're going to work your way through all this stuff and you're going to be comfortable doing the whole process. If you're uncomfortable estimating repairs, find in those same Facebook groups of the investor groups in your area, find rehab contractors that are doing rehabs for flippers and reach out to them and say, hey, listen, I'm a wholesaler, I'm going out looking at houses, I really need to know how to estimate a house, can you show me how to do it? In return, when I go out and look at a house and put it under contract and wholesale it to somebody, the person I wholesale it to, I'll give them your name and number and, promote you as well. And, or pay them, $40 for taking it out or whatever. But, do that and get used to walking through a house with a legal pad and writing down how much work it needs. Gotta stop, there's an airplane flying over. Get used to walking through a house with the legal pad and writing down how much work it needs. Do all these steps. Do it, with somebody if you want to. But if you're too nervous to work with somebody, even of your own experience level, start doing it yourself and do those exercises. Make phone calls. Go look at houses. Talk to a contractor. You'll work through it. Once you're used to it and all that stuff, it's not going to be a big deal for you to reach out to investors and ask them some questions about what they're buying and just getting them on your investor list. But that's the key. That's what the coaches and the mentors and the gurus aren't telling you, is that you can have all the knowledge in the world, but it's up here. It's getting over the imposter syndrome. It's getting over the the analysis paralysis. It's a mental game. You've got to get through it, and the only way you're going to get through it is either working with somebody or doing it on your own, but with practice. Okay, so leave a comment below and let me know if this applies to you. Are you frozen from taking the next step, or even stalled doing it? You've tried to do it, but you're not having any success because you're too scared to succeed. Leave a comment below. Let me know if this applies to you. Let me know if more training on this subject would help you get to your first deal. Okay, that's it. I will talk to you again soon. Bye for now.